Hi guys, today we're showcasing the Good Guy Activism channel, so please follow the links in the description to get subscribed and enjoy more of his great content.
You work here? No. You work here?
Work here.
What does it say? Off.
Get off there.
Gotta get off, pal. Off. See all the signs? Bye.
See you later. See you later, pal.
Come outside. We got a guy here illegally on the property. No, I'm being serious though. Come out. Thank you.
You got ID? Got ID? Private property. Hello? See this? No trespassing.
Yeah, that's the door on the inside.
No.
Yeah, that's the inside.
Restricted, Metro North. Employees, property.
That's the inside, not the outside.
The whole thing.
No, it's not. No, it's
The
not.
whole area.
No, it's not. It's the inside, not the outside. It's the inside, not the outside, buddy.
Go get the MTA police.
Yo, I called them now. They're coming out now.
Run, go get him. Hurry up. Why, am I detained?
You're not being detained, but
So you could come up here, talk to me.
Technically trespassing.
How?
The sign says trespass.
That's for the inside, not for the outside.
It's for employees only. This area is for
There's no
employees
sign
only.
right here. That's how I was able to walk up here.
Can you step down so
It's
we can
publicly
talk?
accessible.
Listen, you can record all you want.
All right, I'll come back. I'll come back.
All I'm telling you is,
I know record is not the issue. You're confused about this. They're confused about the signs.
this can't be here. This is an
Why?
employee
Where does it
area
say
only.
that at? It says no parking.
It's
But
right
it
there.
says right there, no trespassing authorized.
Yeah, where's it at? It's on the wall, right?
It doesn't say inside only.
It says, it doesn't say anywhere. Okay, that's fine. It's in public.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Listen, I get what you're trying
Those
to do. right?
signs are on the
I get what
inside.
you're trying to do.
No,
You're just
they're on
trying
the
to
outside.
So listen, so if you put a sign on the gate, right? Does it mean everything before the gate or everything after the gate? It's usually everything after the gate,
You can't
right?
go on. I mean, you're not gonna climb the gate, are you?
What is your business?
That's what I'm
here?
saying. So when you put
So
a sign on the wall, the public's gonna
this
think
is-
that
this is
everything
employee-
behind that wall.
This is an employee only.
Where does it
area.
say that
Let
at?
people know that means don't come in this area. What is your business here? Do you work here?
Photography.
Okay, but why are you walking around when they're telling you not to walk
I just
around?
told you that because I'm a free American
And that's totally
and I'm
valid.
walking around in publicly accessible areas.
Yeah,
This is not
there's
for
a
the
sign
public.
there.
That's what I'm telling you. This is
Those
not for the
signs,
public.
you see that sign on the door? What's that sign say?
What does the sign say? You read it to me.
Answer my question. That sign on the door says restricted access, right?
That sign.
That
yes,
means
you
behind
can't
the
go in
door,
there.
right?
That's correct.
Exactly.
And now what does that
So
sign say?
on the wall, there's a door right next to it.
But that,
So that
it's different
sign-
walls. That's completely
Can you
different.
go
does it
through
not?
the wall?
Listen,
Can
look,
you go through the wall?
this and this is for these doors.
Secondly, because
Not this.
The paint is very wet. Fresh paint.
The,
you don't have repaint
those
on there, right?
signs is for what's behind that door, what's
It's
behind
for-
that wall, not what's in front of it,
Area.
not what's in front of it, because the parking lot is publicly accessible. So those signs,
Parking lot,
yeah.
yes.
So those
This is not
signs,
the parking lot.
that sign means the parking
This is the
lot,
parking lot.
because everything in front of that
This is
sign.
the parking lot.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can park your car all around
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Well, there's a sign that says no parking right there,
it
so
right here.
you might get a ticket. Yeah,
That's for employees
yeah,
only.
right,
Therefore,
right. So I know I
likewise,
can't
this
park
sign
right
says-
there.
This sign says what? It says no trespassing.
Right.
Authorized personnel only.
Right, within these confines, past this wall.
This- no,
Not
no,
everything.
no,
So
it doesn't. You're switching it.
that's what I'm saying. So when you put a sign on the gate, it's not everything in front of the gate. It's everything beyond that gate. That's why they put it on the gate. So
Furthermore-
when you put it on the door, everybody knows. Okay, I can't go through this door. If you put it on the wall next to the door, the public is going to assume, okay, I can't go through this door. Not everything in front of the door.
First of all, it's
You
on the
understand?
wall, right? Can you go
Right.
through the wall?
No, but it's right next to a door.
Okay, but you can't go through the wall, right? Because
But
according to
it's-
your logic, it's saying the sign is on the door, right?
It's right next to the, look, that sign is right next to the door.
And then there's another one right there.
Okay, next to another door.
Doors
Right?
you can't open.
How do I know that? It's right next to a door. So I'm assuming
So you're using
everything
common sense,
past
right?
that
You're
door.
using common sense, right?
I'm doing my best to. Yeah, I didn't go through those steps. I went through this step right here, where there's no sign.
All right. Well, this is for authorized
Oh,
personnel.
we're telling you it's
We're
authorized
telling you
personnel
right
only,
now.
okay?
Oh, so you restricted
now-
me because I'm recording?
No, we're
There's
telling
nothing to
you
do with your
because
report.
It has
this
to
is-
already be restricted. You can't just restrict it because I'm here now.
I'm
This
telling
is
you.
for
That's-
authorized personnel. Do you work for Metro North? Yes
No,
or
I don't.
So you're
We
not
know you
allowed
don't.
over here. That's it.
This-
I can't.
this
I
is-
can't stand right here. Same thing I could do from up here. I could do from right here.
100%. However, again, just now you know, this is for employees only for reasons that they have to move.
Okay, you got to put a sign there. Okay.
I won't be the one to
So
put it
we're
because I
gonna
don't put
bring it up to their
signs, but
attention?
I'll bring it up to their attention. Metro Security.
Because without signs,
Because-
and then you trying to restrict my access to something that's publicly accessible, it looks like discrimination. Especially because I'm exercising a right. If I wasn't exercising my rights, then
not
I
discriminating.
mean,
at
it'd
all.
still be discrimination, but it wouldn't be discrimination because I'm exercising my rights.
discriminating
Right now, it
whatsoever.
looks like it's discrimination because I'm exercising. So if I wasn't recording, you guys would still try to restrict it?
Yes,
Yes, because you're not
as you can
supposed to be
see.
here.
Do you see anybody else, any civilians?
Well, a lot of
walking around
people.
this
Well, a
area?
lot of people don't do what I do. They don't watch the government.
I know, but what I'm
So-
saying is, do you see though anybody else just randomly walking around here?
If I seen if another activist came here doing what I'm doing, I'm sure that they would do the
Okay,
same
but
thing
I'm
I
just talking
did.
about right now, though. At this moment, is there anybody else? Do you see like anybody park their car and come through here?
Well, what I do and what regular
But you're
civilians
just
do.
switching it, though. I'm just asking.
No,
you a
because
question.
I'm a journalist. I'm not just I'm in the act of journalism. So I go places where the normal citizen might not go.
I know, but
So, it's
we're
not
letting you
really-
know, though, this is only for the employees, the people that work in this area. You can obviously see that they're doing construction in this
Yeah,
area.
I wouldn't interfere with that.
They're starting about their day, so they're gonna start moving equipment.
Yeah, I
back
wasn't
and
in their
forth.
way. I know not to impede their job.
But yeah, we're just letting you know that
Mm-hmm.
you're not supposed to be over here. Like, all right,
You
we're
can
gonna-
write a sign right now and put it there.
We're gonna bring it up to them.
Be legal. You're saying that's a valid sign. If I just
That's
take
if you
if I
they
take a piece
printed
of
that
paper,
out.
If I take a piece of paper,
That's the
and
same
just
thing.
write that, technically, it's not going to hold up. That's valid.
No, yeah, I'm saying. I thought you were talking about the wet page sign. I'm like, that's the same as writing down on a paper.
Right.
That wet page sign is the
However,
same.
that's a more valid sign. As you see, it's.
I don't want to make your job hard. I just want to make sure the proper signs are in place. You know what I mean?
You bring a
Other than
point,
that,
no problem.
We're gonna bring
because
it
last time I said there was no signs. Now they
You're right.
want to. Now you want to put signs to restrict. I mean, what's the
Just
point?
say
What are we
employee-
going to see
employee
here?
Area. It's not about what you can see because, as you said, yeah, you could be where that yellow truck is.
I could be all over here.
Better yet,
Yeah.
you could be where that car is, all right, and you could be filming for it. That's 100%.
Yeah, so it's pointless.
It's not restricting. It's not restricting what you're viewing. It's restricting just
Where you
the-
access?
Yes.
Okay.
And their workspace because they need able to move equipment left and
I
right.
un- I
Where at the
understand.
moment they're not moving anything because they're getting their day started, as my partner explained to you.
And then not only that, I'm not saying you would or anything, but as you can see, let's say you're walking around here. You're not familiar with the area, right? Let's say you
I
slip
am.
off.
I've been here multiple times
But let's
for,
just
mo-
say
he's not.
for many years. You
Let's
mean
just
like
say
the
you
normal
slip off.
citizen?
Yeah. If you slip off, there's nothing, you're falling onto the concrete, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So, is this, area
There's
for
there's many reasons you're saying why they're restricting it.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm just upset that they called you to waste your time. I would have been left already if they didn't. I was taking my pictures and I was gonna keep it moving, but
Gotcha.
you
Yeah,
know,
but we'll bring it up to them, let them
yeah,
know.
put one right here so people know, and in front of that ramp, right in front of that ramp, because
Well, they're building it. It's going to be a new
Yeah,
ramp, so
people go up
I'm
that
they'll-
ramp.
they'll put it now.
if you don't want people up here, because you can't go through the doors, you would only be able to walk along this thing, which I don't see what the big deal is. As long as you're not impeding them,
Right.
I don't see why not, I guess you can't go back there. Is that what that sign is, or is that sign for the platform?
It's technically both because back there it's going to be a safe.
It's dangerous, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
That's what I was...
then obviously a sign for you not to get back onto the work ramp.
I see they called you if they found me inside there.
Well, that'd be
Like, that's different. Like, that's
At that
that's
point,
really
I know-
trespassing, right?
Yeah, you'll be in handcuffs at that point.
Yeah, that's really trespassing. Like, if there was no sign there and you caught me back there, you would have to ask me to leave. Like, hey, like, but there has to, if you caught me back there with no signs, there was no signs on that door and you caught me back there, is that trespassing?
Technically, yes, because you don't
Technically,
work,
no, because
yes,
there's no signs.
because you don't work for Metro North.
Yeah, but there's no signs, and
My first question
Metro North is
my
public.
first question to you is going to be, do you work for Metro North? Because that's a workplace.
I was talking to a captain for MTA.
Okay.
And he said that a homeless person, I think it was Penn Station or one of those, 42nd Street Penn Station, a homeless man made his way in the back to where they work, and they put him in handcuffs. They was arresting him, and he was like, was there a sign on the door saying that restricted access, and they said no. So they had to let him go because technically there's no signs and the MTA is public.